Hey everyone, it's Jake with No-Till Kings. We're back with another video today on how to top a plant. Today I'm going to show you how to top a plant to maximize yield, whether you're trying to grow a giant mother plant or a flowering plant with multiple head sites. All you need is your plants, some rubbing alcohol, and a pair of scissors. The reason it's important to have our rubbing alcohol here is to clean our scissors in between cuttings and in between strains. That way we're not, transferring any potential pathogens or, bacteria between one strain or one plant to another. There are two main ways to top a plant, a high stress top and a low stress top. When we're talking about topping a plant, high stress topping is going to be taking a significant portion, either cutting, 4 to 6 inches down on the stem and taking that entire top section off. That's going to be a high stress top, compared to a low stress top, which would be just cutting like 1 or 2 heads down or just the top head of the plant off. That would be a much lower stress top. These two plants right here are both mimosa, and they were the same size 1 week ago. This plant was not topped. This plant was topped. Now, it might seem that the taller plant is going to do better, but in reality, the plant that's been topped has a lot more head sites that are growing up, and those are going to end up being flowering sites when it goes into the flower room. So right here was where we originally topped this plant. This was a fairly low stress top. We took a really small section off, and by taking the top of that plant off, it allows the rest of the plant to push all these branches further up and allow more flowering sites to appear. So we're going to show you an example of a high stress top, and it might seem scary to cut the main branch of your plant off when you're taking a top, but trust us, it is going to help out the plant and it will yield more. So when we go for it, you want to get your scissors into place and you don't want to hesitate. One cut, you've got your top cut off. You can utilize this as a clone. You're going to want to put it in water immediately after you cut it. Make sure your clone cubes are prepped, and then go through the normal cloning process. But now we're going to show you an example of a low stress top. The way we do that is we break off or we pinch off the top section of the plant. You can use scissors if you want, but the plant is very fragile and it breaks off extremely easily. So it's super easy to pinch off the top head, and that will be an example of a low stress top. So we're going to do a low stress top here by breaking off this top head by gently just snapping it and pulling it away like that. Now this plant is topped and it's going to start growing a lot of these other branches and heads further up than they otherwise would have if we didn't do that. Here's another example of a different strain, Gelato 41, where these two plants were the same size 1 week ago. This plant was topped a week ago and this one wasn't. And you can see how they look a little different. This has one main branch growing up. This other plant has a bunch of different branches that are starting to come up. And by topping the plant, we're really going to allow for more bud sites to form. Sometimes when you are taking a hard top on a plant or you cut a significant branch off of a plant, it can take, a few days to bounce back. Other times that doesn't happen at all, and you'll take quite a few cuttings off of that plant or top it multiple times, and it'll have no effect. But don't be alarmed if your plant takes a few days to bounce back. That's completely normal. In addition to topping plants, lollipopping them, which we've explained in a previous video, and training plants are great ways to help manipulate the growth and try to increase yield. As this plant continues to grow, we could top it again if we wanted to and take multiple of these head sites off of all these new branches that are coming up. And that would create even more branches to shoot off from there. So you can continue to top a plant if you have the space for it to bush out like that. And if those branches are big enough, you can also use all those tops that you've taken as clones. Thank you so much for watching this video on how to top a plant. Check out our other content. We have a lot of educational videos out there. And please like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next one.